Prices at the Golden Arches and other chains are too rich these days. A new survey finding nearly 80% of Americans now view fast food as a luxury amid sky-high inflation.
Tell me why it was $17 for 3 Filet-O-Fishes on Friday during Lent at McDonald's.
I'm not buying fast food anymore.
Fast food has long been the go-to for a quick, convenient, and affordable bite. But lately, it seems like prices at our favorite burger and fry spots have been inching up, making us all wonder, why is fast food getting so expensive? It's a question worth pondering, especially when you consider that for many, these meals are no longer the budget-friendly option they once were. So, let's dive into this tasty topic and unwrap the layers behind those climbing costs. From the impact of inflation to the changing tastes of consumers, we'll explore the various ingredients that contribute to the price tag of your fast food feast. The impact of inflation. Inflation is like a big wave that slowly raises the cost of everything around us, and fast food is no exception. Over the past decade, we've seen the prices of our favorite quick meals rise significantly. In fact, between 2014 and 2024, fast food prices have jumped by an average of 60%, which is nearly double the national rate of inflation. This means that the $5 burger you used to enjoy now costs around $8 or more. And it's not just burgers, it's the whole menu. For example, McDonald's prices have doubled over the past 10 years. That's a steep increase, especially for something that's supposed to be a budget-friendly option. But why is this happening? Well, inflation affects the cost of ingredients like meat, cheese, and vegetables, as well as other expenses like rent and utilities for the restaurants. And as these costs go up, fast food chains have to raise their prices to keep up. It's a tough pill to swallow, especially when you're craving something quick and easy. But understanding the impact of inflation helps us see the bigger picture of why our fast food favorites are no longer as light on the wallet as they once were. Another major factor driving up costs is changes in labor expenses. Labor costs in the fast food industry have been on the rise, and it's a significant factor in why your favorite quick meals are costing more. In the United States, the federal minimum wage has been stagnant at $7.25 an hour for years, but many states have taken matters into their own hands, raising their minimum wages well above the federal level. For instance, some states have minimum wages as high as $17 an hour, and certain laws like California's FAST Act are pushing minimum wages for fast food workers to $20 per hour. This is a big jump, especially considering that the leisure and hospitality industry is still recovering from the setbacks of the COVID-19 pandemic. As wages go up, so does the cost of running a fast food restaurant. It's not just about paying the person flipping the burgers, it's about the entire staff that keeps the restaurant running smoothly. And when the cost of labor goes up, the only way for businesses to balance the books is often to raise the prices of their products, which means the consumer ends up paying more. This increase in labor costs is outpacing overall inflation, making dining out more expensive compared to buying groceries. It's a tough situation for both the workers who need a fair wage and the consumers who are looking for affordable options. But understanding these changes helps us see why the cost of fast food isn't as low as it used to be. But rising costs aren't just due to inflation and labor expenses. Consumer preferences are also shifting. The shift in consumer preferences has been quite the game changer in the fast food industry. In recent years, there's been a noticeable move towards healthier and sweeter flavors, with a particular rise in the popularity of Asian cuisine. People are looking for simple, convenient foods that don't compromise on health, and this has led to a growing preference for fast food chains over traditional grocery shopping. This change is driven by a desire for transparency and responsibility in how food is sourced and prepared. Consumers now want to know where their food comes from and how it's made. They're not just looking for a quick bite. They're looking for quality and assurance that what they're eating is good for them. Fast casual restaurants, which offer a slightly higher quality of food, have seen a surge in spending growth, outpacing the overall industry. It's clear that people are willing to pay a bit more for food that meets their new standards for health and taste. This shift in consumer behavior is reshaping the fast food landscape, pushing prices up as chains adapt to meet these new demands. It's a trend that's likely to continue as we become more conscious of what we eat and where it comes from. Another factor impacting costs is supply chain disruptions. Supply chain issues have been stirring up quite a storm in the fast food industry. It's like a domino effect. When one piece falls, the rest follow. And in this case, it's the ingredients and supplies that are toppling over, leading to higher prices at your local fast food joint. In 2024, we've seen food prices in the US increase by 2.7% from the previous year. While that might not seem like a lot, it's enough to make a dent in your wallet, especially if you're a regular at fast food restaurants. The thing is, these price spikes aren't uniform. Some products are feeling the pinch more than others, and it's all due to production issues that just won't let up. But why are these supply chain disruptions happening? Well, it's a mix of things. There's the aftermath of the pandemic, which has left industries scrambling to get back on their feet. Then there are the labor shortages, particularly in transportation, which means there's a bottleneck in getting goods from point A to point B. And let's not forget the extreme weather events that have become more frequent, wreaking havoc on crops and commodities. All these factors come together to create the perfect storm for supply chain disruptions. And when the supply chain is disrupted, it's not just a matter of delayed shipments. It's about increased costs every step of the way, from the farm to the fryer. These costs then trickle down to the consumer. That's you and me, making our fast food fix a bit more of a financial burden. So next time you notice the price of your favorite fast food meal has gone up, remember, it's not just the restaurant being greedy, it's a complex web of supply chain issues that are to blame, and they're as tough to untangle as a knot in your favorite necklace. But understanding these challenges is the first step in seeing the full picture of why fast food isn't as cheap as it used to be. On top of supply issues, restaurants are investing heavily in technology upgrades. The fast food industry has been sizzling with technological advancements and investments, especially in the past year. In 2024, we've seen a digital transformation that's changing the way we order, receive, and enjoy our fast food. Franchisees are now embracing AI to bring consistency and efficiency to their operations. For example, KFC's digital strategy aims to modernize all of its 35,000 locations with data-driven AI. This includes e-commerce platforms that streamline the ordering process and potentially AI-voiced drive-thrus, which are already being tested in some parts of the world. Taco Bell too has invested heavily in digital menu boards, costing about $20,000 per store. These boards make it easier for employees to update signage and enhance the customer experience with brighter, cleaner displays. But it's not just about flashy screens and robots taking orders. The fast food industry is also adopting technology to address workforce challenges and improve the employee experience. This includes everything from scheduling software to training programs that help workers adapt to the new tech-heavy environment. All these advancements come with a price tag, and it's one that customers end up sharing. As restaurants invest in technology to stay competitive and meet consumer demands for convenience and speed, the costs of these investments are reflected in the prices we pay for our food. So, while we enjoy the benefits of quicker service and more accurate orders, we also have to accept that these technological upgrades are part of the reason why our fast food bills have been getting a little bit heftier. It's the price of progress, served up with a side of fries. Location is another key cost driver in this industry. When it comes to the fast food industry, the old adage, location, 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 couldn't be more relevant. The cost of real estate plays a crucial role in determining the price of your favorite fast food items. In 2024, we're seeing a trend where fast food chains are grappling with the rising costs of real estate, which inevitably trickles down to the consumer. In bustling urban areas, where space is at a premium, the rent for a prime spot can be sky high. Fast food chains need to be where the people are, and that often means paying top dollar for locations in city centers or busy shopping districts. But it's not just the rent, it's also the cost of building and maintaining these outlets. With new retail construction slowing down, the availability of prime locations is becoming scarcer, pushing costs even higher. Moreover, the industry is adapting to economic headwinds by modifying their strategies. Some are opting for smaller footprints, like drive-through only setups, to cut down on seating space and consequently on real estate expenses. This shift is a direct response to the increasing costs of building and maintaining larger dine-in spaces. The impact of these real estate and location costs is significant. As chains spend more to secure and maintain their spots, they have to find ways to balance their books. Unfortunately, this often means increasing the prices of their menu items. So, the next time you're paying a little extra for that fast food meal, remember that part of that cost is paying for the spot where it's served. It's a complex dance of supply and demand, with real estate costs leading the tune. Complying with new regulations is also adding costs. Regulatory and compliance costs in the fast food industry have always been a part of doing business, but in 2024, they've become a heftier slice of the pie. This year, we've seen a buffet of new regulations that fast food chains have had to digest, all of which come with their own set of costs. For starters, there's the Food Traceability Final Rule, which requires detailed record keeping for certain foods. This rule is part of the Food Safety Modernization Act and aims to keep our food safe by tracking it every step of the way, from farm to table. But keeping up with these records isn't easy or cheap. It means new technology systems for some and extra staff for others, all to ensure that if there's a food safety issue, it can be traced back and dealt with swiftly. Then there's the push for healthier food options, which has led to changes in labeling requirements. For example, California's Prop 65 now requires short-form labeling to inform consumers about the presence of certain chemicals. This might sound simple, but for a fast food chain with thousands of products, it's a logistical and financial challenge. And let's not forget about the bans on synthetic chemicals in food packaging. As states enact these bans, fast food chains have to rethink their packaging, which can mean new materials and new costs. All these regulatory changes are well-intentioned, aiming to make our food safer and our choices clearer, but they come at a cost, and that cost is reflected in the price of your fast food meal. It's a complex recipe of safety, transparency, and health, all mixed together to ensure that the food we enjoy on the go is as good for us as it is convenient. But as we all know, good things often come with a price tag, and in this case, it's a few extra cents on your fast food favorites. Finally, creative marketing is heating up expenses too. Marketing and branding are the spices that make the fast food industry so flavorful. In 2024, we've seen these efforts turn up the heat, with fast food chains cooking up some seriously creative campaigns to win over our taste buds and loyalty. This year, the focus has been on personalization and sustainability. Fast food giants are tailoring their marketing to resonate with individual preferences, making sure that when you see an ad, it feels like it's speaking directly to you. They're also highlighting their efforts to be more eco-friendly, understanding that today's consumers care about the planet as much as they care about their fries. But it's not just about being green and personal, it's also about the experience. Fast food chains are creating immersive experiences that go beyond the meal. They're turning their locations into destinations, places where you can hang out, charge your phone, and even catch some live music. And let's not forget the power of social media. Brands are engaging with customers in real time, using platforms like Twitter and Instagram to create a buzz around new menu items and special deals. They're also leveraging influencers, those social media stars with legions of followers, to spread the word about their latest offerings. All these marketing and branding efforts come with a cost, and it's a cost that's baked into every burger, taco, and shake you buy. It's the price of staying relevant and appealing in a market that's as competitive as it is delicious. So, when you're enjoying that next fast food meal, remember that part of what you're paying for is the story that got you to the counter, the ads, the tweets, the green initiatives, and the personalized touch that made you choose one brand over another. It's a full-course meal of marketing genius, served up fast and hot, just the way we like it. In conclusion, the fast food landscape has undergone significant changes over the past decade, and the price tags on our favorite meals have risen along with them. And that wraps up our deep dive into the rising costs of fast food. But before you go, we have a question for you. Have you noticed an increase in fast food prices in your area, and how has it affected your dining choices? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button if you found this video informative, subscribe for more insightful content, and ring that bell to stay updated on all our latest videos. Thanks for watching, and we can't wait to hear from you.